racism in society is institutionalized. It took the murder of a black youth to open up their eyes. Equal opportunities, is it a bag of lies? It's all about the youths, the youth them of today. Their role in this society, the part they're gonna play. It's all about the youths, the youth them of today. The future for tomorrow, they have to read the way. And we look into the schools, the youths now do so well. Enough of them I get suspended and I get expelled. When they finished primary school, they were doing very well. It's about the spell. When it comes to sport, you get no support. Athletics on the football pitch and also on the court. But then you will find, when it comes to the youth and mind, all of a sudden some teachers don't have enough time. Our youths are as intelligent as everybody else.
Yeah, good day. This is the Steppn Razor, the art of war. We're there with you on next Thursday. I feel like I work down here. I don't have Monday, I don't have Tuesday, I don't have Wednesday, I don't have Thursday. You could have deal, but I don't have Friday though. You could have deal. Yeah. No, I feel like I said last night, you know. I'm going to talk to Cabo to deal with Andrea Williams to me. Yes, I need Cabo to talk to Andrea Williams to me. I need to get a job down here, Rasta. Believe you me, I need to get a job. Okay, so the headline says, why is Jamaica selling out its environment to a blacklisted international conglomerate? That is a question. Why is Jamaica selling out its environment to a blacklisted? You know what blacklisted mean? We don't know, we don't like use the word blacklisted to deal with derogative terms still, but in this case here is a derogative term. Tourism has long been leading economy. I want the people to listen to this, you know. And then you can see what kind of thing the government up to or not up to. Because nothing we have on the board here today to talk about, and most side is related to the actions or the lack of action on the part of the government of Jamaica. Tourism has long been the leading economic sector in Jamaica, bringing in half of all foreign revenue to support a quarter of all jobs. Yet government officials now risk jeopardizing that lucrative business and Jamaica's reputation in the international community with a secretive deal. Listen to this. A secretive, well, we don't know a secret already, but them are telling you it's secret too. Secretive deal to let a Chinese company build a mega freighter seaport smack dab in the nation's largest national protected area. The planned port would occupy the Rhode Islands in the heart of the Portland Bight protected area, which only last year the same government officials were petitioning UNESCO to designate a global biosphere reserve. Instead, the lure of a 1.5 billion investment and a rumored 10,000 jobs have been resulted in the deal with China Harbour Engineering Company, part of a conglomerate blacklisted by the World Bank under its fraud and corruption sanctioning policies. Now you tell me, say, Jamaican government never know about this thing, huh? This is a company where it's building out that thing in Jamaica. This sound like we are revisiting traffic guru. This sound very much like we are revisiting a traffic guru situation here. For those of you who know what traffic guru is, go Google something, because we can't explain about traffic guru here now. We are dealing with something past traffic guru here so now. The same government that was petitioning the UNESCO to designate a global biosphere reserve, instead, the pulp eye of 1.5 billion investment and a rumored 10,000 jobs have resulted in the deal with China Harbour Engineering Company, part of a conglomerate blacklisted by the World Bank under its fraud and corruption sanctioning policy. Many details of the proposed project remain unknown, and the government has rebuffed repeated requests for information under Jamaica's equivalent of the Freedom of Information Act, but the plan is believed to involve clear-cutting the mangrove forest and both Great Goat Island, building up a level work area using drench spoils from the surrounding waters, and constructing coal-fired power plant to support the new infrastructure. By the way, did you hear the news that most of the water in China is polluted? We're not talking about no seawater neither, but that is also included in it. I don't know, I don't want to go like this, me alone, I hear these things but make it sound like me a spread propaganda, you know. There is a report coming out that the water, most of the water in China is polluted. I wonder what pollute the water in China. Yeah, they might have a coal-fired power plant to support a new infrastructure. The port, including areas currently designated as marine sanctuaries, would accommodate post-Panamax size ships up to 1,200 feet long and with a 50-foot draft arriving via the newly expanded Panama Canal. The new port would compromise an area known for extensive seagrass beds, coral reefs, wetlands, and Jamaica's largest mangrove forest. Mangrove requester more per acre carbon than rainforest do. The protected area is also home to the Jamaican iguana, a species believed extinct until its dramatic discovery in 1990. Since then, the international conservation community has spent millions of dollars rebuilding the iguana population in a protected forest in the Elshire Hills, part of the reserve adjacent to the proposed port. Much of that investment hinged on the government's promise, now apparently discarded, that the Goat Islands will become a permanent home for the iguanas, which are Jamaica's largest vertebrate species. Quote, it sends a really poor message to the international conservation community that an investment in Jamaica is not a good investment, that it can be wiped out in the blink of an eye, said Byron Wilson, a herpetologist of the University of the West Indies. Wilson warned that a proposed causeway from the Goat Islands to the mainland and the likely development of a community of workers would consign the mainland iguana population to re-extinction. Quote, any place you put a lot of Chinese workers around the world, the wildlife suffers. It's pretty clear. Unquote. Quote again, everything is for sale in Jamaica. Even the people, I tell you this now, it's not a quote, but even the people is for sale. Everything is for sale in Jamaica, unquote. And not just the Goat Islands, added Rick Hudson, a herpetologist of the Fort Worth Zoo, who has long collaborated on the iguana project. Quote again, they are committed to developing every inch. Listen to this. And we have seen where we see where Cabo use our program to highlight the taking away of the beaches from the Jamaican people. Well, listen to this. I want to tell you that this is not a Jamaican newspaper I read from. Alright. They are committed to developing every inch of the coastline for high-end hotels and resorts. There are going to be no natural environment left, unquote. Can I read that again to Jamaican people? The government of Jamaica, according to this article, is committed to developing every inch of the coastline for high-end hotels and resorts. That means that we will be boxed in. Jamaican people, this is serious. We will be boxed in and we will not be able to go to beach again. Every inch of the coastline is designated for high-end hotels and resorts. There are going to be no natural environment left. Thus, not much reason to visit Jamaica in the first place. This is Fire Newspaper thought this. Not much going to leave for people to visit Jamaica in the first place. Jamaica's existing port in Kingston Harbour could be expanding to handle the new traffic. Alfred Sangster, past president of the Jamaica University of the Technology, wrote earlier this week in the Jamaica Observer, the Chinese decision to reject that option reflects a clear desire to have an enclave on the islands where it can operate with fewer restrictions. He characterized the Chinese as the new colonialists. I wonder if you hear this. This is a big man, you know, with them respect, you know. Alfred Sangster, past president of the Jamaica University of Technology, wrote in an article in the Jamaica Observer, said, it reflects a clear desire to have an enclave on the island where it can operate with fewer restrictions. He characterized the Chinese as the, quote, new colonialists in a country which had long memories of the legacies of colonialism, unquote. Diana McCauley, CEO of the Jamaica Environment Trust, noted that the government has already relaxed work permit rules and created new categories of economic citizenship to accommodate the proposed project and previous projects with Chinese contractors. She said the majority of employees have been Chinese people. And where they do employ Jamaican people, they don't obey our work rules, she said. She also worried that the recent terms of the deal may exclude tax or other incentives. What is the benefit of Jamaica? That's not clear, and that is a quote. She added that China Harbour had insisted on building a coal-fired power plant despite the inevitably contribution to climate change because Jamaica electricity rates are too high. Imagine that. We have to pay the high rates and they don't. Okay, one last thing I really I get dulled out. And one of the most indebted nations in the world, Jamaica is dependent on an international monetary fund financial package that stimulates paying down the nation's debt. McCauley attributed the deal to desperation for what they call development. But it's more about winning an election in 2 years for the government of Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller than any benefit to Jamaica. We live on a small island, she added, and it's hard to believe anything universal is happening here. But it's this whole idea that we should have more consumption. We already don't know what to do with our waste. We know we are going to see sea level rise, and yet we just keep building more. We are not stopping at all. Conservationists say the Jamaican government does not much concern itself on internal protests. But both Jamaica and China are concerned about international opinion. Jamaica's economy depends largely on European and American tourists, and the US consumer market is the ultimate destination for most ships that would be using the Goat Islands port. So signatories from outside Jamaica may carry weight on a petition asking Prime Minister Portia Simpson to stop the proposed development. Portia Simpson, nah, stop it. Them not have the far side, which is down the line things why happen. I'm going to show you the next thing where we know say, them not say the long-term effect of what them are do. Because them are trying to stop a leak. Them are trying to stop a leak, you know. And what them do? Them put piece of cloth in the leak. Or they come, there's a story, you know, about, there's a story we used to learn in a school about in Holland, there is a dam that was leaking. And a little boy passed the dam and see the leak. And the little boy push his finger in the dam to stop the leak. The problem with it is that the little boy have to sit down there with his finger in the hole, that the water will come out and then the hole will bust out and get bigger. You see what happening in Jamaica, you know? This government is trying a quick fix thing. And the quick fix thing is not to support the Jamaican people. It is support the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, And I can't understand how these people do. You must take sleeper mark that. You never hear a Jamaican term there, take sleeper mark that. You must use things that happened before to figure out what is happening now. You must sankofa, as we African people would say. You must go back and recognize what took place and come forward and don't make the same mistake. Now we have precedent set in a lot of things. We have precedent set. And we go back to the IMF, and now they are trying to tell us these big private sector organization that is making billions of dollars profit off of the majority of people back. Them is trying to make we feel say things is getting better. And I keep saying it, you know, mark my word, look how we are going. If you dip on the road, if you go and dance, if you go up on the street, the unemployment rate is increasing. The people are suffering. Government ministers, the people are suffering. And I'm not trying to do something out of need to say doing something. But guess what? It's not going to work. You don't understand? It's not going to work. Because it never did work in the beginning. And it never, if you keep doing the same thing the same way all the while, you're going to get the same result. I never got to university and I know that law. It's not going to work. Because for something to work, you have to come from your mistake and then you do something different. You know? So you can't keep doing the same thing all the while and expect to get a different result. That is a law. That is a law there. You can't go around that law. These people go to the IMF, when they tell them, say the IMF now go work, but you see, two them make them done deal already and them not tell nobody, and them not ask the people them nothing. Them don't go do what them want to do. The Prime Minister go to China, she make deal with the Chinese, come back and shut up her mouth and not say nothing. And then all of a sudden we hear the other brother that we name Mr. Davis start to tell you the plans that they have. And then we say, oh, so all these environmentalists were down here so run up their mouth and run up their mouth. Them was running up their mouth in vain. Because the Prime Minister come and say, look, I don't care who no one say no, me I deal with development for the people. Because she come from the bowels of the people, you know. She come from the bowels of the people. I'm going to tell you which part of the bowels there. Not the belly, you know, the bowels. Can somebody, you know where the bowels there? You know what come out of your bowel? You know where your bowel is. Well, go do. Every day you have Google things like that, Google the right thing. Google where bowel is. I Google where your stomach is. That's it. But come out of your bowel and where your stomach. She come from the bowel and she love the poor. That's why you want to say more poor. Because if you don't have no poor, there's not nobody to love. It's a terrible thing. But here I know. We must recognize that Jamaica has been sold. Jamaica has been sold. The question is, what is the Jamaican people going to do about it? Click it. Yeah, this is the Steppn Razor, the art of war there with you. I go through the pieces. I try to inform the people them for the next level. You know, so we're not going to big university and everything there. We're not savvy when it comes on to politics, but we're sensible. We have a kind of intelligence, and I say, we can know when certain things not going right and not going go right. You know, see, it's not only that things not go right, you know, things not going go right. This up off a certain steps, especially that the government is taking. But a little lighter note here, we have 210 from Alan. State your name again from now.
My name is Gary. You can call me Gary if you like. That would be Gary. Easier to pronounce.
So what the other word is?
The other word is Ger. Ger. You can call me Ger. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's so like a lion we have cold.
Yeah. That's
all right. Gary is from Alan, and I assume that is your.
That's my sister. Wife. Yeah. It's not my sister.
All right. Yeah, that's your wife. Yeah. Okay. is very used to reggae festival because you said that you're into reggae.
Yeah.
When you say into reggae, what do you mean?
Well, when I started listening to reggae when I was very young, I was 12 years old, and I got a present from my mother. It was a small gramophone, and there came a record along with it from Creedence Clearwater Revival. And next day I went back to the music shop and traded this single for Double Barrel by Dave and Ansel Collins.
That was a big seller in Europe.
Yeah, I liked that better, so I traded that single for a Double Barrel. I didn't know it was reggae then, but I learned soon after, and I started out with collecting records from Toots and the Maytals. Then came Bob Marley, of course, and until now I've got some 2,000 reggae albums at home.
Okay, and you still play them, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So there's a reggae festival that keep annually.
Yeah.
It stopped for about 2 years.
Yeah, well, we had like the rest of the world, we had some kind of a money crisis, and the big festivals had big trouble in getting their venues financed. So the Reggae Sundance was out for a few years, but it's back right now. And it was back last year, and I believe they have a new ground now where they're going to play.
They're going to have 2 days now.
There are 2 days.
We will be there.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to see you there.
Yeah.
Again.
Yes, I've been there 2 times before.
Yeah.
All right, so, last night we was talking about the reggae scene in Europe.
Yeah.
Where reggae bands with the artists is kind of, I just said, the economic crisis, it would appear, is not allowing artists to carry them ban again. So what they tend to do now, what they are doing is using European bands to back Jamaican artists. So when you look on the stage, the only person that is from Jamaica is a Jamaican artist, is the artist. But then now we see that even that is being moved now, because you have reggae festivals in Europe. And I remember the Minister of Culture, Lisa Anna, said she went to Poland the other day.
Yeah.
And she went to a reggae festival, and there was no Jamaicans on the festival.
Yeah.
And we were speaking to a sister last night, a Japanese sister, which we knew already, that there are less acts from Jamaica presented in Japan now, because the Japanese have finally learned how to play the reggae music. Yeah. So there's no need now to ship Jamaicans from Jamaica clear over to that side. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't think too much about it, because, in Japan they reproduce everything that's good and make an own version of it. And I know there is a festival in Poland where they have a lot of local artists, but always there is someone there. I know Little John was there in Poland. In Holland we don't have that problem, because we have some reggae bands in Holland, and some of them are quite good. But when you have to draw a lot of people to your venue, you would need to have the good artists. So I was very pleased to hear from you that a lot of good Jamaican artists are coming to Holland, and when you have a big venue, the people always come to see the Jamaican artist. There are also some British-based bands who do well, like Steel Pulse, but most of the time the big audience come to Jamaican artists in Holland.
They actually want to see a Jamaican artist.
Yes, sure.
They don't want to see
Very big popularity for old school reggae still, and big crowds turn up when sometimes U-Roy is back in Europe, or what do we have now?
Stranger Cole.
Yeah.
Stranger Cole says he's now 70 years old, and him say when he was young, he never toured so in his life until now. Him start to tour the world.
Yeah, well, all them old style artists, them come back to our place right now, because I've seen the Abyssinians come in. I've seen Dillinger come in. I've seen Al Capone come in and play. Yeah.
Why you think that is so? Why you think that the Europeans gravitate more towards those like vintage artists?
Well, it's more clear. it's more clear what the language is about. You know, it's the nowadays artists. They also are very popular, and like Buju Banton and Ninja Man, things like that are also very popular. But for the European ears, it's much more clear, and to listen to the beat and the old kind of rocksteady light beat or the one drop, it's easier for us to understand and to listen to it all day. So maybe that's a kind of a way why it is.
Yes. Okay, well, I give thanks to the past show, you know, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to you for past show, and I hope that you will. I hope to see you in Alan, actually.
Yeah.
Hope to see you in Alan.
Hope to see you too. Great honor being here.
Yeah, well, I give thanks. This is IRFM.
Yeah, thank you.
Number one reggae station in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
Without joke.
Okay.
All right.
Right, thank you.
Yes. Yeah, that was some. You want make your wife to stop, you know?
Oh, no, she doesn't.
Oh, no, I said, okay, all right. Yeah. So give thanks. Give thanks. Yeah.
IRFM, number one reggae station in the whole wide world.
Yeah, from his Grammy-nominated album Messiah, a man called Sizzla. Hear that Sizzla will be in Gambia. Yeah, we're going to take back the news here and the sports and come forward to the reason we're having about this government thing, because things get serious, especially like how they read the budget, you know, and we exactly know what is their intentions, yes. This is the Steppn Razor, the art of war. You know, we have so much things to tell the people this week that it's not funny, you know. All right, we want to bring your attention to something that something brought to my attention. We want you look big here, yes. Big here, call us a motor. I want you listen to something. I want you read something. All right, there is a ritual that is used by a group of Jews. Them call it Metzitzah. 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 And what it is, and I'm going to read it out. It's carried out by the Talmudic Judaism. And what it is a rabbi. And you know the Jews them deal with circumcision. For those of you who don't know what circumcision is, tough luck, go on the internet, find out, and ask Brian what is circumcision. Because Brian I don't even know what circumcision is neither. Brian know what circumcision is?
No, sir.
See that Brian know nothing, you know, everything said to Brian said, no sir, him a keep safe, you know. Is that safe, brother? It's, you know. It's safe. No, you think you don't know? A safe, him a case play safe. If he says somebody gonna make him lose it, what? You can't lose it, you answer me, you know. Crap know where circumcision is, because crap don't holy fight. Crap the holy for circumcision, believe you me. Yeah. You don't have to show me, right? We have to go to things that I show. People, whatever I say, crack in the hand, though. If whatever I say, crack in the hand, to show me what is circumcision. Anyway, for those of you who know what circumcision is, and it is a Jewish thing, really. And what it and what we call it Metzitzah. I want to pronounce it right, you know. Metzitzah. Metzitzah. What it is a rabbi who carries out genital mutilation, because that is really what it is. Because you have female mutilation in Africa, in India, and cross certain places in a what them call them Middle Eastern countries, where them cut off the woman's genitals. It's some man, me don't know why them do it, but it's to help the woman not to have any feeling, any sensitivity towards sex. Now, the circumcision of the male is more prevalent. People find out sometimes people tell you why you must circumcise your picnic and all them something there, which to me is foolishness. Circumcision to me is foolishness, and the only reason why I hope for people hold it off is because it's in the Bible and it's a Jewish tradition. Well, this genital mutilation puts the freshly circumcised penis of the infant. This is where the rabbi do. After him done cut off after him done have the circumcision, him put the infant penis in her mouth and suck it until the blood stops flowing from the wound and the child's penis. So this is a ritual now, you know. What them do, after them cut off the penis, the tip of the penis, the rabbi suck out the blood out of the penis, the flowing blood out of the penis. It's an oral tradition. It's not all of it's not every Jewish people practice this thing, but the reason why I bring it up is because it come to the attention in New York, where they was coming down on the mayor in New York to make it legal, which is a kind of to the normal person is a kind of homosexual pedophile practice. We want to talk to. Make we hear this thing. Make we hear this thing before we talk to the rabbi or so. Because rabbi we want to talk about this thing in Jamaica. Because as we say, it is not a practice that is done all over the world. But we want to play this.
Disturbing allegations are surfacing in a very unexpected place. A man who is supposed to bring joy and holiness to the Jewish ritual of circumcision is now accused of something unthinkable, spreading a deadly disease to innocent babies. News 12's Tara Rosenblum joins us now with her special report, Cradle of Secrets.
It's a topic that not many people want to talk about, but an unlikely whistleblower, a young Orthodox Jewish woman, is now speaking out, claiming a local rabbi is infecting babies, making them sick. And what's worse, she says no one is doing anything to stop him. For centuries, when a Jewish baby boy is born, the ancient ritual of circumcision is performed. But in some ultra-Orthodox communities, religious leaders, known as moyals, also engage in something controversial during the bris. In a practice known as Metzitzah, or just MVP, the moyal actually uses his mouth to suck the blood from the infant's penis after he cuts off the foreskin. Meant to prevent infection and serve as a celebration of life, News 12 has learned the little-known practice has turned into a curse for life for some babies involved in our area, and it's all because of a local rabbi who's alleged to have a sexually transmitted disease.
The rabbis are going to take care of it. They won't let him get away with it.
According to these documents we obtained from the State Health Department, Rabbi Yitzhak Fisher of Muncie has been tied to at least 3 herpes infections in babies, one of whom died back in 2004. Shortly after the tragic death, Rabbi Fisher was forbidden from practicing NBP in New York. But despite this state-issued ban, one concerned mother tells us the infected moil is still placing innocent lives at risk.
Okay, so we can continue, but we want to really have a reasoning with a rabbi from Jamaica, really. We have Dana Evan Kaplan. He's the rabbi of the United Congregation of Israelites in Kingston, Jamaica, and former rabbi of Temple Banai, Israel in Albany, Georgia. He also teaches Judaism at the United Theological College in Papine. He's the author of the just released The New Reformed Judaism, Jewish Publication Society, as well as 5 other books. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, good afternoon. It's great to talk to you. I'm a fan of your poetry, of course.
Okay, give thanks to that. Okay, now, this is a very disturbing news here, and the reason why I call upon you is because even though we have heard that it's a section of Judaism that practices this Metzitzah.
Correct. This is primarily a problem among a very specific group of extremist Orthodox Jews who have their origin in Hungary. And after the Holocaust, the survivors, many of them moved to New York. And they are continuing to practice and something that was done a long time ago, but which is unhygienic and thereby dangerous. So let me explain very briefly. Metzitzah means oral suction. And this is where the ritual circumciser puts his mouth directly on the circumcision wound of the 8-day-old boy to draw blood away from the cut. And this should not be done. So what they are doing is dangerous and needs to be completely stopped. So what they are doing is dangerous and needs to be completely stopped. The justification for this is a misunderstanding of the Talmud, where it gives a series of steps that should be taken, including what is called in Hebrew Metzitzah. Metzitzah is suction, and originally it was done with the mouth, but today you can do it with a surgical sponge or with a one of those suction things that when you go to the dentist, or in many other ways according to acceptable medical procedures. And so this needs to be completely stopped and as soon as possible.
All right, let me ask you a question now. You talk about the Talmud and that this is an old-time way. There's a more modern way of doing this old-time thing. Are you saying that what they are doing is not necessarily wrong, but it's just that we have more modern ways of doing this thing?
Well, what they're doing is definitely wrong, because we know that it's putting the babies at risk. In New York State, there have been at least 12 cases of infant boys affected with herpes simplex 1 after Metzitzah was performed. And 2 of these babies died. 2 others suffered brain damage, and there's almost certainly other cases that have not been recorded. So it is wrong. But when this practice may have been done many hundreds of years ago, it was actually, according to Rashi, the medieval commentary, done because it was believed to be of health benefit, that getting the blood that was right at the wound out was considered to be important medically. So they're doing something that was originally done because it was believed to be to make it healthier, and they're doing something which we now know they're doing it a certain way, which is bringing great danger.
Yeah. All right. In the Talmud, what is it in the Talmud that recognizes this ritual as something legitimate by God?
Well, the ritual by God is from the Torah itself, the 5 books of Moses and the book of Genesis. And in chapter 17 of Genesis, God says to Abraham, "This is my covenant which you shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every male among you shall be circumcised, and you shall be circumcised in the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of a covenant between me and you, and he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised."
All right,
so this is part of the concept of building a covenant. So it's a religious concept. It's designed to be holy and spiritual and beneficial to everyone, and it certainly wasn't designed to bring potential disease and death.
All right. All right. Circumcision, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is said that God gave this law that all the children should be circumcised. Do we know right now in this modern time what is it that God was trying to bring across when he said that all the children should be circumcised? And if we know that circumcision is still supposed to be practiced, why is it that the idea of sucking on the penis of the young child is not something that is necessary in this time? Because we're talking about modern dating now. And
correct.
What I'm hearing is that the sucking on the penis is not necessarily a modern dating because we have other ways of doing it. Why is it that circumcision is still practiced then?
Well, I mean, this was a debate, you know, when Judaism modernized 200 years ago, there were a significant number of Jewish thinkers who said, well, let's reformulate Judaism without circumcision. The consensus eventually developed that it was such a strongly entrenched social thing that Jews identified with it so strongly, and they associated so intensely with the covenant that it was something that we decided to keep. Now, Jews are not saying to other people, you need to get circumcised. It's many doctors believe it actually carries some medical benefits, but other doctors say it has certain deficits, as you pointed out before I came on. So whether a certain Jamaican will decide that he wants his son circumcised or not is a completely personal decision. It's a medical decision. It's not something I, as a rabbi, am going to even give advice on. But for Jews, it's something that it's part of our identity and it's part of our religious theology. And so if someone wants to convert to Judaism, we would feel that it's a sign of commitment, and we would even in Reform circles where we were more flexible on the issue, we kind of still expect that. And of course, adult circumcision is a much more difficult thing than infant circumcision.
So what would be what is actually the benefits of circumcision medically?
Well, I'm not, of course, a medical doctor, but what I understand that it does reduce the incidence of penile cancer. It does reduce the probability of being able to receive certain sexually transmitted diseases, including HIV. So it potentially could help one to avoid cancer and or HIV, so that in itself is significant, potentially. But I'm not the final word on the medical benefits.
Okay, and you couldn't say what is the benefits of not doing it then, since you can't tell.
I believe that those who advocate, and there are even within the Jewish community, there are people who believe that it should be stopped as well, and they would argue that it's potentially losing sensitivity in sexual activity, and therefore, and it's unnecessarily mutilating a body part. That if God wanted us to be circumcised, He would have had us born that way, and that it doesn't make sense that God would have us be born in a way that needs to be immediately corrected. So you could make those arguments if you want. Some of the theorists talk about the idea of circumcision in terms of the anthropological concept of the savage, and that this was sort of a very primitive rite, or in Freudian terms that it has a fear of castration. All of these things are ways that some people have interpreted this. So it's a really controversial activity or practice that nevertheless is so ancient and so central to the concept of covenant that we just have decided that it remains an important ritual practice for us.
All right, let me go back to the Metzitzah. The Metzitzah. Would you say that the Metzitzah ritual is a homosexual pedophile practice?
I don't know anything about it. I've never seen anything like that done. No one I know has ever had that. It is in a very different circle.
I can refer you to which has been being done. I can refer you to some videos.
Oh, I know it takes place, but I don't know any of these people directly. So I don't know what the motivation of the Moel, the person doing the ritual circumcision, was. I can only assume that they're so rigid in their understanding of tradition that they are insistent on doing exactly what was done in the old country, in their case Hungary, without any change, even though it can be easily demonstrated that this is not a part of the Jewish religion. It was a practical step to implement something in the Jewish religion in a time when it was felt to be the best way to do it, many, many hundreds of years ago, and that they simply cannot understand that religion needs to evolve in the most basic sense, that if something is found to be harmful that was intended to be beneficial, you need to find a different way to do that ritual. And so these are people who are very rigid, very fundamentalist, very entrenched in their mentality, and it's a sad way of looking at the world, it's a sad way of looking at life, and in this case it's actually putting infants at risk.
So what that shows that even in Judaism they are fundamentalists.
Yes, and I mean, as someone like yourself who was formerly Catholic, correct?
Yes.
You are familiar with Christian fundamentalists, and we all hear on the news about the Islamic fundamentalists.
But you never hear about Jewish fundamentalism.
I'm in there with you. We have our own fundamentalists.
You have never heard of Jewish fundamentalism. We heard of Islamic fundamentalism, never Jewish fundamentalism. But as you say, this is one of the Jewish fundamentalism that you as an Orthodox rabbi will not accept.
And me as a Reform rabbi would not accept this. No, of course. All practices need to be done in the most medically up-to-date and hygienic manner. That any circumcision that we would do in Jamaica under our auspices of the synagogue is done by a pediatric specialist who is an expert in circumcision of infant babies, and would be done in the most hygienic and medically acceptable way possible.
Okay, sir. Well, give thanks to clear up that about the Jamaican Jewish community, and to know that this practice of sucking on the young child penis is not acceptable in Jamaica amongst the Jewish population. Give thanks, sir.
It's a pleasure. Great to talk to you.
Yes, sir. This is the Steppn Razor. We was just talking to Donna Evan Kaplan. He is a rabbi of the United Congregation of Israelites in Kingston, Jamaica, and former rabbi of Temple Banea, Israel in Albany, Georgia. He also teaches Judaism at the United Theological College in Papine. We were talking about the practice of Metzitzah. It is a practice where the rabbi, in performing the circumcision of a young child, sucks on the penis of the child to stop the blood flow. But we have also heard that rabbis have been giving disease to these young children. We're going to play about this tape and play the whole of it before we go to the break here.
Disturbing allegations are surfacing in a very unexpected place. A man who is supposed to bring joy and holiness to the Jewish ritual of circumcision is now accused of something unthinkable, spreading a deadly disease to innocent babies. News 12's Tara Rosenblum joins us now with her special report, Cradle of Secrets.
It's a topic that not many people want to talk about, but an unlikely whistleblower, a young Orthodox Jewish woman, is now speaking out, claiming a local rabbi is infecting babies, making them sick. And what's worse, she says no one is doing anything to stop him. For centuries, when a Jewish baby boy is born, the ancient ritual of circumcision is performed. But in some ultra-Orthodox communities, religious leaders, known as moyals, also engage in something controversial during the bris. In a practice known as Metzitzah, or just MVP, the moil actually uses his mouth to suck the blood from the infant's penis after he cuts off the foreskin. Meant to prevent infection and serve as a celebration of life, News 12 has learned the little-known practice has turned into a curse for life for some babies involved in our area. And it's all because of a local rabbi who's alleged to have a sexually transmitted disease.
The rabbis are going to take care of it. They won't let him get away with it.
According to these documents we obtained from the State Health Department, Rabbi Yitzhak Fisher of Muncie has been tied to at least 3 herpes infections in babies, one of whom died back in 2004. Shortly after the tragic death, Rabbi Fisher was forbidden from practicing NBP in New York. But despite this state-issued ban, one concerned mother tells us the infected moil is still placing innocent lives at risk.
They should be arresting Rabbi Fisher. He should be in jail for murder, for homicide, for infanticide.
This outraged parent, Will Rena, who asked us to disguise her face and voice, claims she can prove Rabbi Fisher is still practicing MVP. She says she very recently secretly recorded a phone conversation with him in which she requested the rabbi to perform the controversial service. But at one point during the call, Rena questions the safety of oral suction and references the recently reported death of a baby in New York City just last September.
The baby had to it took them 5 months for the health department to convince the medical examiner to add the words oral suction to call the death. The medical examiner did not want to do it. But the newspaper treated it up and went enough to make the issue.
Were you shocked when Rabbi Fisher told you that?
Shocked was an understatement. It's unbelievable that this goes on, and this man is maiming and killing children, babies.
Yet we found no shortage of Hasidic Jews in Muncie willing to defend the rabbi.
Everybody knows the honest person.
And his actions.
We used him and his son in the past, and we've been very happy with him.
Traditionally, it's the right thing to do, and we think he's a good person and he's doing it right.
This is a part of our law, what we have to do.
Not so, says Rabbi Yehoshua Krohn.
It makes me cringe.
The 5th generation Moyle lives just minutes away from Rabbi Fisher, who practices MVP in a very different way.
Judaism mandates that we do this mitzvah, this commandment, but in a way that is na'im, which is sweet, meaning that there is no hurt. The point is that there is no harm to the child. In religious circles where they want the Metzitzah b'peh, we use only the tube. And for those that want it over and beyond the tube, we'll call someone who will do it that way for them.
But you never know when that someone else could have a sexually transmitted disease. Just last month, yet another baby got infected with herpes after undergoing NBP in Orange County. Now, Rena is on a mission to spread awareness about the dangers of oral suction, something her own son went through without even knowing.
Thought-provoking, always smoking, lyrics like a bazooka. You are listening to Mutabaruka.
We have big conversation at the show there with the Christian. But we want a female perspective on it. Jackie want to weigh in on the conversation, and so we're going to give Jackie a chance to talk. Jackie want our circumcision, and the reason she think that the reason why them used to do it and why it's not relevant at this time. And she's not talking from a crack perspective. That crack is saying, according to the New Testament, Christ said there is neither male nor female being circumcised nor uncircumcised. So we don't need circumcision now because the fulfillment of Jesus Christ. Now, Jackie's not coming from a religious perspective. She's coming from
social
perspective. All right. What is about it now?
Well, I think it started as a means of trying to keep people disease-free and clean because there was lack of water. I'm not really a religious person, but from my understanding, there are people where people were in the wilderness. These Jews were in the wilderness for many years and stuff. So in other words, I mean, that was a very sensitive part of the body, and that part of the body would always be kind of warm, and bacteria could easily develop there. So they had to create this idea of circumcision so the penis could remain dry. So because of all that, the moisture that is there as a lubrication, that's necessary. You know, so now that, you know, times are modern and people know how to clean themselves and there's water and all that to do, that is no longer necessary. What has happened now as a result of people perpetuating this circumcision is that the men have now lost their sensitive part of their sexual, the sensitivity of having sex. So you have to use the woman's body now to create that lubrication. So the woman now has to play both parts. The man had his own lubrication, the woman had hers, so they could work together in unison. Now the man now is now depending on the woman to give him this lubrication so they can act out, you know, for hours. And now what has happened now is that it's now become a culture where the abuse of the woman has to be treated like an animal before she can be satisfied, because the backlash of having been circumcised is now this hard, rough treatment. So the women think it's a natural thing. So, you know, so it's become so physical, and, you know, perversion comes from that, because now for the man to get what he wants, he has to, all this lubrication. Yeah, well, yes.
All right, so you have said, the one who is not circumcised,
yes,
have a tendency to be more tender.
Of course.
In sexual.
Yeah, a man that's more circumcised is definitely is definitely a more tender kind of person, because he can work with himself. He doesn't have to depend. He's not like, you know, like looking for a, you know.
Yeah. When he do have it, he have to create that.
Yeah, he has to create it. Yeah, he has to create it. Yeah.
And as the man said, there's an argument that saying if God did.
So now what's happening now? The woman has to be using her mouth as a lubrication too when other things can't work, and that's also another. So all this kind of crazy stuff is happening. Yeah.
You know, the man said a while ago that the tendency is to feel that if God make you with a,
if God made you perfect,
if God made you perfect,
so why would you want to remove it?
Why would he want to make you without a penis?
Right, that's why God had nothing to do with it. It had to do with just people trying to keep clean. People trying to keep clean and trying to figure the best way.
All right, look like Mark coming up to go up on the key and said, oh, Mark coming up for Rasta. Are you something is bad? All right, give time.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a serious reasoning. I don't know if Cabo upstairs listening, because you know, say Cabo, we work under Cabo all the while, you know. Because you know, say Cabo over here, so now. Yes, we always under. We love work under and still. You know, it gives me great honor and pleasure to work under Cabo. But I want them Cabo want to take it up on our sex-wise program. Maybe she talk about this many times already, because I don't know if there's any subject that she don't deal with. But this Metzitzah is the one where we really want to emphasize. Because I don't think most Jamaicans didn't know about it. The Metzitzah ritual. Most Jamaicans don't know about it. Say them usually have that ritual where them suck on the little child penis to stop the blood flow easily. Well, this is the Steppn Razor, the art of war. Click it. Alright, we will ask Cabo to give us some time on our program, because even the operator is in here now giving our fair way talk. No, if it generates so much things inside and so, can you imagine we are going outside and so? If it generates so much things in here, can you imagine we are going out the road with this conversation and all? Okay, let's go. The problem sometimes with them kind of music, you know, when a man say I want to give a woman good love, it's really good sex he matter about, you know. Jamaican man mix up sometimes love with sex, and when you hear them say, I want to give you good love, it's really, he want to have good sex with you. You know, we love the truth still. We love the truth. Yes, Steppn Razor, me I tell you, blaze away, believe you me. Yes, that controversy was started by one of the listeners them out there, him named Big Ear. Him named Big Ear. Him start the controversy about this thing, the Metzitzah, the vibes, you know, see, and we did follow up on it. We have to say, because I we hear certain things, We have to follow up on it, because we know that most Jamaican never hear about that ritual yet. Them get stuck in a them little thing. Them don't have no time for really examine things outside of them sphere. Okay, so now we started out the program talking about the implications of investments that the Jamaican government is not telling us about, but is getting involved with companies that is blacklisted by the World Bank. We make deals. The traffic guru thing is one such thing. And now we say this has written again and sounds exactly like what happened with the traffic guru thing. But we want to bring attention to something which is in the news right now. And this is the Minister of Finance argument saying that they are going to take $1 out of every $1,000 from the bank, from your account in the bank. Now, we have many things to say about it. One, I really want to know, and I should have really make Jai get a lie if I tell you this, you know. Can you give the bank money to save? I want you to listen to me carefully. Is it legal for you to give the bank money to keep for you in safety, and then they take out money from your account and give to a next entity? What is the legality that we face when you put somebody in trust of your money and him start to take out money out of your next company, whether it is the government or whether it is the Klansman gang or whether it is the minister? That is one thing we want to find out, because somehow to me it don't sound legal, you know, that one entity is giving some money to in trust, and then that entity now draw out money out of your bank account to give somebody else. That sound lawful, Jamaican people? That doesn't sound lawful to me. But then again, I am not a lawyer. I didn't go to university and study economics and politics and all these things. So it's scary. It's scary that the bank will take out your money out of your account and give somebody else. You understand? Because somebody else broke. I am sorry for them when it's them match up the whole thing in the first place. Now, my thing about this withdrawal of this how much percentage, because Mr. Finance Minister is making sure that him drop you lightly. Him don't want to drop your booth, you know, him want to drop your tip. You understand? So he might tell you, say, it's $1 out of every $1,000 on a go and so over my rasta. You know easy? 1 cent out of every $100 on a go and so over. And you see the country in a serious problem. The problem I have with it, you know, because I don't have a problem with it if next year is the same $1 out of the $1,000, and the next year and for the next 5 years is the same $1 out of the $1,000. But as I said before in the beginning, we must take sleep and mark death. Now, the GCT was started by Michael Manley in October 1991, and at that time it was 10%. Well, I don't know if it was started at that time, but in 1991 the GCT was 10%. And the reason why they introduced the GCT is because them say the government needs some money for help with social programs, and there's no other way them could have get the money but to put on GCT on certain goods and services. So we were led to believe that the GCT would get us out of a crisis. In 1993, PJ Patterson come and it never get you out of the crisis. So in order to get us out of the crisis, him come and him say him going to raise the GCT to 15.5%. Okay, so there was no other way. And them never want burden the population, even though the population was burdened. So them put on 2.2% for the GCT. Bam! In 1995, when they read the budget, PJ Pats to come back to the Jamaican people and say, look here, you have to tighten on the belt here, you know, because there's certain things that is not really going on properly here now. We need to get some money to buffer our foreign debt and social services. So in 1995, PJ Pats raised it to 15%. Okay? So when I say, well, things are going to get nicer now because them couldn't make it go no further. Really and truly now. It's not mad for really them carry the GCT from 15%. That's not crazy. So this is supposed to solve the problems with them with the house. Alas, it wasn't to be. Because in 2005, PJ Pats to come to the people them and raise the GCT again to 16.5%, saying that there was no other way. After going round and coming round, there was no other way that them could really help the Jamaican population. They had to do this. This is the easiest way and the most way that will not cause any further problems to the masses of the people. In January 2010, the government changed to Bruce Golding. And Bruce Golding said, look here, we have a problem here with the net reserves. We have a problem here with our foreign debt. We have a problem here. Here what we have to do. We have to raise the GCT to 17.5%. Remember, I said all of these raising, you know, was to help the government to have a better economy and a bit more stable economy so as to benefit the people of Jamaica. But after 1, 2, 3, 4 raising it, obviously it never do what it's supposed to do. Remember me tell you, you know, we have to take sleep and mark that. Is this me I come to? Bruce Golding raised the GCT to 17.5%. In 2012, Portia, in order to make it look like she not following Bruce Golding, she put back the GCT where PJ Pats didn't leave it at 16.5%. That is 2012. Now where we're in now? 2014. Now, the same government under Portia Simpson, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times of raising the GCT, them can't see themselves and raise the GCT again. So they have to turn to something else because them go back to the IMF now. To come make some money, some borrow money from the IMF now. And them need to fulfill a certain obligation to the IMF. Because if them don't fulfill the obligation, they're going to in a problem. But them in a problem because fulfilling the IMF don't mean say the people of Jamaica will be better off. As a matter of fact, we have to take sleep and mark that. The IMF has not been able to bring joy and happiness to people who borrow from the IMF. You have to have something else out there working for you. And Jamaica right now is not producing what they're supposed to produce. We don't have no industry that is producing anything. You understand? All we're doing is trying to mimic people and bring in people and borrow people money and borrow and try to get grants all over the world. And when we borrow the money, we have to use the IMF money to pay it back. So borrowing the money is not going to trickle down to the normal person in Jamaica. What it will do is help to pay back money that was borrowed from long time. So Portia seems to come now in a April of 2014. And even though Portia is saying, look here, I don't know what is happening here, look here now, you have to talk to me. Because she's always doing that, you know, when people ask anything, she say, look here, talk to the PNP, don't talk to me. So now she's coming and she's saying, look here now, you need to talk to the Minister of Finance about these affairs. Obviously, she don't understand what was going on. The Minister of Finance never sit down with her and explain what he's doing. He's the Minister of Finance, so she allow him to do what he do. He was like the Prime Minister. But when questioned about it, you can see it. So she was like, you know, say, alright, look here, I don't know if this was that, but that was that. But alright, you want to do. The Minister of Finance is going to speak again. You can talk to the Minister of Finance about it. Okay. The Minister of Finance is doing what all of the politicians them that came before him did to the Jamaican people, by telling the Jamaican people that there's no other thing that he could do that would not cause stress on the Jamaican people. The GTT have been causing stress on the Jamaican people from its inception. But because Jamaican people have a little 9-day thing and they can do what they want to do and get away with it, nothing happen. And we ball out about it and then little after now we just say clean and that is it. I am saying that even though these people is trying to explain to you that is only $1 out of every $1,000 that you're going to miss. It took them from 1991 to the year 2010, which I am saying that is 10 years. 1991 to 2010 is 10 years. It took them 10 years to carry the GCT from 10% to 17.5%. Now, I am not a university student. I don't know nothing about economics. I don't know nothing about it. I just using my layman intelligence. I am saying, if you take them 10 years, we carry the thing from 10 to 17, back to 16, which is a jump of 6.5%. And this brother is telling we, the Jamaican people, say, look you know, it's just $1 out of $1,000. We're not quarrel for. It's robbery. It's thief. Never thief the people them. Because next year and the year after the next year after, it's not going to stay there, so. It is not going to stay there. So Jamaican people, don't make them selling enough foolishness to make them feel say, why would I go on so over $1? $1 is important because Mr. Supply a man already a man that say, Motor, may I beg you $1. Because I know if you make 100 people $1, it's $100 that. So you say, Motor, may I beg you $1. You understand? To him, $1 to an individual, why you ball over $1? But you want to know, you see that $1 there, where the bank got thief. To pay it's a watch a man. You know, say me go back and be able to live in a rasta. Me feel like I want to go back and be able to live. Me want to get a nice computer with some whole heap of address and go back and be able to live. Because something wrong. It's extortion. The government is extorting money from your bank account. The bank which already are charging people their money, but the government side with them, just like how they side with JPS. And also notice this government, this PNP government where them have are the worst PNP government. Because them side with the big boy and the JPS for milk out the people them. Them side with the bank, when the bank draw money out of people check this, that, all that thing. This credit card, this, that, and that. And now them side again with the bank for thief $1 out of your money. For give them. And you know, say, next year them time, we still a ball, say, want to the infrastructure we're supposed to set up about this and that. Because you know, them have the pen plan now. Meanwhile, them have pass the thing over there, so. Pass the IMF over there, so. Them have sell out the country over there, so. It have nothing to do with the people, you know. Because the two things them supposed to benefit the people, you know. But we have seen, and And we have take sleep mark that. We have seen where all of these schemes that governments bring up in Jamaica, the population of Jamaica, the living standard of Jamaican people, and the balling of Jamaican people is getting louder and louder and louder. The murder rate, the criminality, the youth them they are mobile who find ingenious ways to scam foreigners. All of these things is a manifestation of government inadequate and untidy way of running and structuring what government is supposed to be in Jamaica. Is a wicked set of people them wicked because them keep extorting money from the people them to do things that they don't do. They are not getting any money to do anything. Them getting money to pay back money that they will owe for long time. And when me dead and gone, and my granddaughter have picked me, them still have a pay for the madness that these people create. So all we can really sit down and say, boy, we like them. All we can say we like them, brethren and sisters, believe you me. Them stand up in a parliament and curse one another and talk, get one another and distinguish one another. What? I mean, wicked. I mean, why you don't put on some tax for the man them who own gun in Jamaica? People who own gun legally. Raise the tax for the gun then. Because obviously the gun the gunman them who legally have gun, most of them live uptown. Them not using them gun because the police are use gun for them. You see? So them not have to shoot down the youth, you know. The police help shoot down the youth for them. So why them don't tax the gunman them? In them own enclave. I don't feel, I mean, gunman can ball out, them ball out a little more. It's a gunman. Just like what them tax alcohol and cigarette for make you really prevent you from go get more. Why we don't say a tax on church? What is it that is causing in this modern time people to build up big tent and collect money tax-free in the name of the Lord, and the Lord is not getting none of the money? Because most of them is telling them pick they go to foreign school. Most of them is sending them pick when them sick them fly go to Miami. And them collect money off of poor people every Sunday. And them have poor people pay 10% of them wages. After the bank rob them, the government rob them, the church rob the people too. And what kind of country we live in, Rasta? The place where your fees wouldn't be robbed, you know. I rob you, the church, in the name of Jesus. You know what the preacher will tell you, say? Where him say, if I could choke some money up in the ear and anyway stay up there for the Lord and then we drop a gun a few more. You think a joke. You think a joke. If the bank rob the people then, JPS rob the people then, the government rob the people then, the church rob the people then, how come the church now pay no tax for all that money we collect every Sunday? Yet still, people who are keep reggae concert have to pay tax. And them have to pay the artists when they play the music. If you keep all that dance, you're supposed to get paid. You're supposed to pay GCT. You're supposed to pay the government. You're supposed to pay the police. And don't ramp you have to pay the police, you know. Because you know, if you pay the police the right amount of money, your things can go out till morning. When you're supposed to lock down at 2 o'clock. You pay the police the right amount of money, go till 5 o'clock. And then come there and all drink liquor with you too. And I look girls. You understand? So, me want to know how Jamaican people get so passive in them thinking that them have way accepting and say there's no other way out. No other way. In order not to pressure the poor people of Jamaica. This is the only way. Brethren and sisters, we have crossed this road before where we were told that this is the only way to solve our problem, our ailing economy. And when we look at it, the economy gets worse. We owe more money now. We import more foreign food. You know, see, it is not getting any better. Them could have used them economists on television a little more to trick the people them. Them could have used them private sector guys them who make billions of dollars profit. Them could have used them people a little more to trick the people them. The economy for the small man in the street. Watch a man. Them tax and cat man, you know. Them tax and cat man. You want anything worse than that, Rasta? That is how low the government gone, you know, for tax and cat man in a Rasta. I know say Kingston cleaner. You know, I go through Kingston day and night. I know say, as a matter of fact, I see more people there on the road and lay down at night time. There's no home for the homeless. There's no shelter for the shelterless. There's no infrastructure that is setting up to create it. Look on the boys' home. Alpha boys' home are closed its doors. Wait, I mean, how that possible? How that possible? Alpha boys' home are closed its doors. Them not have no money to do certain things. The Minister of Culture ball out about certain little sexual perversion that is taking place. And she ball it out. Yet still, one of our member of government has been cited for some children thing. And she shift him and carry him going to labor. So I don't know if we move from having children into labor now. Or is it that when the minister, the opposition ministress, mention what is it that we are here for saying about this person, them jump up and say, please ma'am, let us not talk about it here. And when to them people say, it's not too nice to talk about that. But yet still, she ball out about deviant behavior in an Alpha Boy school. I mean, I say them not have no deviant behavior or deviant behavior, but we just say that in relationship to Alpha Boy school, we produce some of the greatest musicians in Jamaica. We reach the stage where Alpha Boy school are locked down, Rasta. So what will lock down next? The prison them? Maybe Vibes Cartel have some serious hope in the government, where the government might say, yeah, somebody said the church pay land tax. What a foolishness that. Everybody pay land tax in Jamaica. Me talk about 10,000 people in your church every Sunday and you collect money. Tax should have depend that. Because it's the same is that them do with the show them. And to me, church is a big show. Land tax, everybody pay land tax in Jamaica. There is certain tax that is exempt from the church in Jamaica. You understand? So you have a man now, he set up a church and he get 5,000 people, or him get 1,000 people, and everybody throw $100. $100,000 that, you know, one Sunday, you know. And then for increase him money, him keep all a crusade. Or him bring on a foreign performer, a foreign act, an evangelist from America, and him draw double the amount, 2,000. And when him go around the place, them people put $100 in there, so him get $200,000. Him not pay no tax on that. You know, see, when you keep something in Jamaica, the other day them a tax, and Naya Bingi, a daughter put on a Naya Bingi in Portland, and them tax her. She have to go pay money. And no land tax she have to pay. Everybody pay land tax. They talk about exempt. There's certain thing that is exempt from the church. And it would be better for them to tax the church. Because the church now is a big business. It is a big business in Jamaica. Church business. What want to dodge it for? Want to bring in gambling? We want to let a quarrel about. Horse racing on Sunday. Where them catch pack every day now. Well, we could not go the distance then. Tax the church now. Tax funeral. Maybe less people dead if you tax funeral. You know what I mean? Really. You know? Tax coffin. If a man make a coffee, he doesn't know what to put that. I mean, maybe I've put that joke aside, but really and truly, it's robbery. It's robbery because just like the GCT, and how the GCT move, it's the same thing what happen. And if them can guarantee Jamaican people say in the next 10 years, this $1 out of $1,000 will stay there, then maybe I will say, well, you know, I will come back 5 years from now and say, you know, so 5 years ago, me that say the thing are going to rise. I see it not rise. It's a good government we have, you know, because them not raise it. You know, see it. Me eat my words. But me I use sleep and mark dead. Me I say president set. And one of the presidents we can look upon is the GCT, where in 1991 it was 10%. And in 2012 it is 16.5%. I don't know. 2014 not gonna jump to other year. That was 2012 when it was 16. Maybe it go back to the 17% again. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe somebody can call and tell me if it is 17.5% from Bruce Golding come back now. It come back now from 2012, 2013. 2014, no, them not going to raise it this year because them raise something and I said them never going to raise nothing. So it raise. Anyway, click it. Yeah, the time is 7 minutes past over 4. As we talk about the taxing. Want to the good old ganja. Where them are lag them foot pan. You know, so the government passed the law to decriminalize ganja and also make ganja become something for medical use and private ownership. Not private ownership. Private use a certain amount and them still a drag them foot on it. Them still a drag them foot on it, you know. What to the ganja? The ganja we're supposed to alleviate enough of the burden. How them a drag them foot, them a wait pan. Them a wait pan for election come near before for them bust it out now for come say why and them legalize ganja so it's necessary and important for you vote back for them. Or them now recognize the importance of the legislation that them agree with and do it in the house. All them it's like a stamp thing, you know. Everybody agree upon it, it's just a stamp it. Or them take so long to stamp something. You know see, and them pass laws against certain things quicker than that. You know? We are listening to a lawyer the other day, the lawyer say when them did want when the American them did tell them say them want certain things straight because of drugs and all them something there. It just go through the house quick and just pass quick because them never want America vex with them. And so I'm like some little picnic. You know, they come like some little picnic. Now this ganja thing. How is it that them not recognize that this thing can make millions of dollars? Colorado in the first month of legalizing ganja, the government make $2 million off it. That is 200 million Jamaican dollar. The first month of legalizing ganja in Colorado, the government make $2 million off it. Just by taxes. We are say these people, man, when they want to listen now, say, why Muta, your views too radical? It's not radical, we need some radical thinkers in Jamaica. As the sister said, radical journalism. And some of them get buyout. And some of them sell out, just like the government, where they are represent. You understand? We need some serious matters to deal with these people. Seriously, we need it. Because it's terrible. Step in.
These people.
Step in. You see it now? Okay. You're there on the radio. It's not there on the radio. Alright. Alright, I know what I want to call that is the radio and they pick it up. Believe you me. Yeah. It's very important. Very important. What are we going to do, people of Jamaica? Them done down the goat island already. Them make manish water. Every moment tell you say they make manish water and never kill the goat. Me they tell you that, you know, for the first time I talk about this program today, them use the cow, the goat to make manish water, but them never kill the goat. And the parables we are talking, are straightforward talking, because we recognize what them are going to do. Look on one of the most beautiful ports in Jamaica. Down at Victoria Pier, bottom of King Street. It's become the nastiest port, one of the nastiest ports in the world right now. when me and you used to go down and go dive up money. And when you stand up there, on the wharf, and the tourists throw the dime or the quarter in the thing. You can stand up on the wharf and see the quarter until it drop on the bottom of the seabed. And you don't go to whoa, because you're not diving there when the money go down, you know. You wait till the money drop on the ground in the water, and then the whole of it just dive go in and go collect the money, you know. No, you stand up on this and look down and say it's nothing. You see yourself and reflect back on you. Because that's what they know, nasty place. How is it that it reached that stage there? How it reached that stage there? You know, we need to figure it out. Okay, so now, Magnum Fallard Sound Face Off ticket giveaway. This is a giveaway here that I'm on with to give us some ticket. Winners get 2 tickets to attend this event. The question, where will Magnum Fallard Sound Face Off be held? Shall I tell you the answer and then you write it down? Alright, call numbers 974-5051, 974-5079, 618-0352 and answer the question, where will Magnum Fallard Sound Face Off be held? And if you get the answer, you will get 2 tickets to attend this event. Okay. That is that there, so can't say me never did that do it. Okay. Yeah. We in a dilemma, Jamaican people. We see that the crime rate is high. We see that the government are rob the people them. We see that the bank are rob the people them. We see that the church are rob the people them. I know the problem with it is that these guys who collect the collection in the church is tax free. Them don't pay no money for the collection in the church. And it's thousands of dollars. Can you imagine if Jamaica have the most church in the world? And every church I keep. Now them start keep church for all Saturday night now. And not 7-day church. They will keep church for all Monday night. Because first time you see church lock up, you know, you say, why you don't make the church during all school and everything there? A guy just look at it and say, you know, so we can't keep on some crusade, evangelistic crusade on a Tuesday night and draw some crowd and collect some money. And a guy just do that. I mean, I envy them still, you know. Because my leader to me, should I start a church? As a matter of fact, she just bring in Cabo in the picture too. I said, be a Cabo should have start a church. But here I say, no. But to the level of the thinking now, these guys that collect money, can you imagine if a man have 100 people in the church? And in the church, you have no 100 people again, you have about 1,000 people come and pass some crusade with some tent. I don't know how a man put them big tent on the side of them hill there in a Rasta. I see some tent on some side of him and I say, how they move the tent go over there, so all the people they don't stand up lean. Because the side of the hill, them the people they're supposed to stand up lean like the Gideons out of Port Royal. Yes. Yes, turn on your radio, yes. Step in.
Steppn Razor motor, oh boy.
Me there, man, I talk, you know.
I mean, farm up the place. You want food for them, farm up, farm man. Motor.
Yes, sir.
What's the plan?
Yeah, farming, very important.
Very important, motor.
That we are telling them, you know, that we are telling them, but they don't listen to me. Them say we're too radical.
Motor, long time China motor, the same time the 2 Prime Minister are shaken.
Me?
I still come back and say,
no, man, Bob Marley you talk about, you know, Rasta. Man, Bob Marley you talk about, you know.
No, but you did it to motor.
The way?
You did it.
The way?
Michael and Tiaga shaken.
Me never did it, man.
Big up at Tabaki motor, lucky Tiaga, you them a lift for the place that, yo. Motor, and you leave the place in a motor, and you look up to you, and I know that
we should have been the next Prime Minister who don't cost me.
Motor, Curry Festival on Sunday was managed. Where are you? You have to Curry Plan hour.
You know, you hear me I say no. You know, you are FM advertisement, you know. If you don't money to advertise, you know. So that you can't advertise something.
No, my motor, we are doing thing, motor.
Yeah, but you advertise the thing and you have PRF no money then. If you don't pay RFM money, you could not hear it on the radio. Yes.
Motor, you don't know RFM. and number one.
Alright, so where you call for? Tell me where you call for, because you keep up the line, you know. Where you call for?
Oh, that because so much you know, say, the people and say, farm up to them, farm your banana, pumpkin, food for them, man hungry, so we farm for them.
Tell me, I say, farm up the line. Every time.
Mother,
yes, sir.
when I hear about all the crap they play on this man, nothing, I know.
Yeah, them still look free. Them still look free. Don't you know?
We still a little. We still a little freedom motor.
Alright, so we have to move though. We have to move.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. The man that talk about farming and renders farming continuously. Continuously renders the farming because if 60% of what we eat come from farm, you know, so we doom. How the hell Jamaica import water, bottled water? Believe you me now. I am watching my television and them say drought about and the Mona Dam I get empty. And then the man in a some really weird way say, I know say sometimes the dam is so full that we have to let out some of the water and the water got to waste. I say, hey, actually don't know me cuss in my heart and me cuss in me. I say, there's time when the dam full up too much and them have to let out the water and make it go to waste. These dams was made from Wappy King. And it is serving more people. And the government not see it necessary to advance the catchment of water in Jamaica. That's when we have drought. But you know what I'm saying? In the abundance of water,
the food is
thirsty. Oh, them send me another thing. I say congrats to Omar Chambers of New Kingston and him win the ticket to go to Sugarman's Beach, Elshire, St. Catherine for the Magnum Falla Song Face of the end. Yeah, that's what I will keep. Sugarman Beach, Elshire. So, Omar Chambers, are you win the ticket, you know? Yes, are you win the ticket? Alright, yeah, we are saying, for all the years them, when them say this is the land of food and water, we still have the same way to catch water in Jamaica. For the Jamaican people, there is no extension of the catchment of water in Jamaica to fill the needs of the more people in the population. So the same amount of water we used to feed 1 million people, I feed 2 million people, you know, till them have water. Actually, you know, it hurt me, you know. When me hear the man stand up and I say, sometimes they have to leak out the water because the dam, the Mona Dam, overflow. How the hell we have water till it overflow? And then now we hear say, farmers can't get no water in a St. Elizabeth, in a this and that, because no rain now fall. That sounds like some primitive place, Rasta. Really serious primitive. Yes, step in.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Muta?
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations for Monday night. It was very good. I will enjoy every moment of it.
I remove my man.
Yes. Monday night was so good. Thank you.
Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. So that you are your carbo?
Yes, to tell you, because the first time I really hear you play some music,
yes,
it was on my birthday at the Cable and Wires Golf Course.
Okay, that's when you did have the show with
the one that come the other day.
The Temptation, the Manhattan.
No.
Yeah,
Purpose Sledge.
No man, a Manhattan's man.
No, it was a Purpose Sledge show on Sunday.
Okay, okay. That's the first game we play.
Yeah, you know, Muta, good man.
Okay, this the IRF in a regular one paper, but they don't know, so we're out the road there. We go on different.
Yeah, man, nice Monday. And that's my husband crack up the radio and said, them kind of music can be loud.
Okay.
Monday night was the problem, the radio never too loud.
Oh, you tell him the radio too loud?
No, try not me turn it down.
Okay, but you want to turn it up when you are playing?
Crack it up some more, you know, my kind of tune them, man.
Alright, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks.
Yeah, man.
Alright.
Alright, Muta.
Yes, ma'am.
You see, when them are going to release the ganja for weed, And when them done making money after it.
Alright.
Because what they may say, oh, them keep on and burn it down. Every minute you hear on news, how much you can burn down.
You know why? Because them put money in the budget to destroy the ganja. They put money in the budget to destroy the ganja.
So this is foolishness.
Yeah, that is how hypocritical these people is. You know, they talk about legalize it over here, so they have money to burn it down over there, so.
And that may I say, that don't make no sense.
No,
don't make no sense at all.
Yes.
But if you went to them belly full out tight, and nothing left at that time, they're going to let it lick a crumb to it.
That way I say. Give thanks.
Yeah, alright. Take care of yourself. Love you and all RF stuff.
Alright. Yeah, man, I serious thing, you know. A serious thing, you know. Them budget money for destroy the ganja, you know. Meanwhile, they matter about decriminalize. No, me I tell you, say, you talk about both slave. Yes. Steppn.
Yes, Mutabaruka.
Me there, man.
Yeah, with the money thing, where them say they want money for the budget and thing. What them do lot of scam money?
What them do
for the ganja man them?
What them do the ganja money and the lot of
yeah.
Well, I don't know what them doing it, but it look like every money where them get and go for pay off things where they borrow for a long time. I don't know.
Because a whole heap of money take for a lot of scam over these years.
What you mean, man? They don't sit on TV, man.
And they carry them with them seeds and all of these.
All of these things. Now the house them with them seeds too.
Yeah, man, one piece. I hope one them value in the motor.
What you mean if them value with money? They think that you them are buying a little joke house. They are sure. Yeah, they are sure. I plan for go back I have 15 years to spend a mobile, you know.
Yeah.
My youth grow up a mobile. I plan to go back a mobile go live, you know.
Yeah, me I talk about
I mean, really, I plan to go back a mobile go live.
It's a pre-venture thing, a 20% tax come out there.
Yeah.
A million people are winning in Jamaica. So I'm still at the money there. Where you gone?
Brethren, I think the Prime Minister get $1 billion from the EU the other day. Right? And that is not a borrowing either. I think it's a grant she get from the EU, $1 billion. Where the money there? Where the money there? You know what I mean? All the money with the kike off a GCT.
Yeah.
Where the money there?
Serious question in the motor want to answer. You know?
All of the money with the call off insurance for car and this and that. Where the money there?
Where there?
You know?
We need somebody to come out and answer a question in the motor.
The money either gone in some of them pocket, or they are so stupid that them don't know if they manage money. That's why I did make a song one time, you know, say them need to go down to the arcade and ask those women down there how them use a little bit of money where them have to support them family, them man and them man woman and all these things. How them use these money to do it and don't have a big problem like the government.
That's true. Another question, Mota. When them go and find the money them, see? You think that all of them money police in Canada then take some for themselves first?
Well, maybe when I take some for myself to give me a go at it in Jamaica. Give me a go at it in Jamaica, you know. You can, hey, all that $10 million we drop out of that.
I told people everything can you like.
Watch out, man. Watch out. Let me tell you something, man. Me have been honest with myself, you know.
Yeah.
If me a police and me go up on a scene where whole heap of drugs there, as natural scammer there, I'm missing millions of Jamaican and US dollars. Me have to ease off couple. Me have to ease off, so believe you me, but I tell a lie.
I don't lie.
But I carry no light. And me know so me no wicked and me no evil. So if me a think, so you can't imagine a man when I even think on the level of me.
Well, okay, none at all.
All you got to wait to man a thief, that's all. Police are take away. You think to the police them carry no light?
No, sir.
Me not want sell man, me not want sell him. I'm tell you something, man. Me not sell one time, you know. And the next, sell beside me. The ganja full up, the cell gang clear up in the sky. And every time this little policeman come inside and open the cell, boof, little gun, and I say, okay, and that them a do.
Yeah.
And I send on police station, me did let lock up for. Me did get lock up in a St. Ann police station. Understand? And me see the ganja full up the next cell. And every minute me see a policeman come out there and guard, and I say, okay, that them a go away, and so it go.
Because all the incident there are the motor, see? which was them rob the ganja man, and them find out the police involved in it. And them label them kind of ganja and motor.
Don't I say this to me, Westmoreland so? Yeah, then
don't hear to them
and the ganja man call the police, you know.
Yeah, man.
The ganja man call the police, so you had some man come rob me a while ago, my ganja head, and them just farm a roadblock and just find out the police is involved in it. Terrible. So where the money there?
Question, we need some answer.
Yes, we need some money to answer everything. Anyway, give thanks.
Bless up yourself.
Yes, click it.
And now, our featured presentation.
Sister Nancy's 80s hit Bam Bam is featured in a new commercial for Reebok. The ad promoting Reebok Skyscape shoes shows Miranda Kerr taking off her clothes to Sister Nancy's unforgettable What a Bam Bam. She later steps inside the shower with her Reebok Skyscape shoes on, indicating that they're so comfortable you'll forget you have them on. The commercial has received over 1.7 million hits online since its release in February. Sister Nancy is known to the world as the first female dancehall DJ and was described as being a dominating female voice for over 2 decades on the dancehall scene. The 9th Center of Black and African Arts and Civilization, CBAAC, is currently underway at the University of the West Indies, Mona. The conference, under the theme Toward a New Pan-Africanism, has brought together top Pan-Africanists, historians, academics, public intellectuals, researchers, archaeologists, philosophers, Nollywood actors, parliamentarians, activists, and other experts from Africa and the diaspora. Oli Matutol is in Kingston for the 4-day conference.
The Nigerian High Commission and the Center for Black and African Arts and Civilization, in conjunction with the University of the West Indies and the Pan-African Strategic and Policy Research Group, the Federal Ministry of Tourism, Culture, and National Orientation, presents an international colloquium with the theme Toward a New Pan-Africanism, deploying anthropology, archaeology, history, and philosophy in the service of Africa and the diaspora. This is the 9th edition, and the new Pan-Africanism is the exchange of ideas, culture, and intellect between the African diaspora and Africa. That includes all black people in the Caribbean, the United States, Europe, South Africa, Brazil. The opening ceremony was held last night with a packed room. Professor Tunde Babawale hosted the event, and the High Chief Edem Duke, Federal Ministry of Tourism, said that no mountain, no river, no ocean, no boundaries can ever separate African people. Just to mean that no matter where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're African. There were performances by the Etu Group of Yuri, Mystical Revelations, a Rastafarian band, and the Maroon community. Make sure you come to the conference. It will be held until Saturday, and it's something that everybody should attend, and it's free.
So Jamaica has been selected to star in 3 films from the Los Angeles-based Alley Pictures. The company is in the process of finalizing a deal which could see Oscar winner and in-demand It actress Lupita Nyong'o starring in all 3 films. Now, Nyong'o has already landed the lead role in the film Who Shot the Sheriff. So the deal will involve Who Shot the Sheriff, Rude Boy the Unstoppable, and Rude Boy the Untouchable. She will be partnering with British actor and Golden Globe winner Idris Elba in 2, Rude Boy, Unstoppable, and Untouchable. Also in it will be the Golden Globe actress Scarlett Johansson, who will play a Miami DEA agent. But check our local stars. Sean Paul, Kimani Marley, Bears Hammond, and Maxi Priest are set to star in this one as well. Who Shot the Sheriff? We're thankful for it and hope that other locals will be in it. That's it for At the Movies. I'm Keisha Ginn.
Celebs celebrating their birthdays today are Barbara Streisand and Kelly Clarkson. That's the full 100 in music news for today, Thursday, April 24. I'm Kishima Francis. Mutabaruka, take it away.
Yeah, the time is 15 minutes to over 5 o'clock, and you are on the Steppn Razor, the art of war. You know, we hear the news that them lock off St. Andrew of Holiness, them lock off him phone. No, this is the minister. This is the opposition leader, you know. Them lock off him phone. I don't know is what going in Jamaica. What is going on in Jamaica? If the minister phone can lock off. But there are still, you know, enough money the government owe JPS, you know. Enough money the government owe JPS. Well, I don't know the government responsible to pay the telephone bill for Andrew Wellness. Would I like them help me pay my own too? Yes, would I love if they make me pay my own because he's a businessman who is helping the country.
Rural Productions.
God's wonderful people, I am calling. God's wonderful people, I am calling.
Yes. CN.
Rural Productions.
God's wonderful people, I am calling. I will not.
A big tune this, yes.
Hello?
Steppn.
Yeah, man. Evening, Muta.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, one reason for that topic, that 1% thing there.
Yeah.
It's rough enough because Montreal is a company name, you know. This topic. Let's say them employ 2,500 people and them payroll is $100 million every 2 weeks. That's $750,000 the government that get out of the money.
Really, this is a hypothetical reason.
Hypothetical reason, yeah. You know, figures them in no.
Yeah, okay.
So, a company with 2,500 people paying out $100 million Jamaican every 2 weeks. That the government is getting 28% out of in tax already from the people itself. You understand? He must be paid $750,000, that point, whatever percent, in order for the government to fund this new tax. So, our rough estimation is $24 billion at the end of every year. Thereabout, give and take.
You mathematically work that out on paper, you can say that?
No, man, we work out. At $750 grand, give and take, and maybe a little more than
75,000?
750,000.
Okay.
Every 2 weeks.
Out of 100 million?
Yeah.
100 million, that is 75,000, I don't say no 50,000.
That's 75,000, so that means I get the run then.
Man, that may ask, but
no point $1
for $1,000, you know.
Oh, so that means I point the people.
So $1 for $1,000, that means $100 for $10,000.
Okay,
$1,000 is for $100,000. $1,000 is for $100,000. Yeah, so that's $750,000 so enough to me do it.
Oh, so that means that how many calculate the wrong then? Can I say $750 grand pay $100 million?
750 grand? 750,000? No man, they can't do that, man.
Too much money?
You have to pay that down them building, man. That means that you have to lock down your business.
I'm not free because so it look like okay, so we have a value right.
Every $100 million, they take $750,000. Boy, that's serious, no rotted.
But seriously.
But they are not though. If I $75,000, that's still no.
Yeah, because why we need to pay you 75 grand to put money in the economy what already they spend and you go tax that already before GCP even come out there when people.
And NHT, you have NHT. You have educational tax, all of these
things. All of these things go come out on that. Yeah. Then GCP go come out right again.
Yeah, and they have a gunman around the corner wait for you.
And the people go up this and all of these things.
Yeah.
So it's rough.
Yeah, it's rough. And there's no guarantee that they're not going to raise it next year. And the year before. Just like the GCP we may bring to the people, they might say, oh, them take the GCT from 10 years ago and bring it to a level you know where people just accept it you know because I mean they don't do, you know?
Yeah, but I mean companies all that don't foster growth in the economy. All that don't foster
that is why they keep doing these things because they do things and it counteract the thing where they're supposed to alleviate the problem. And when they do these things it get worse. So they might try and fix a problem by making the thing get worse continuously.
I mean, we not say no investor confidence. I'm a businessman myself. Me not see when me not confident become investing in this economy based on the track record of this government.
Well, you have some investors and wait for the ganja thing and them can't get no run so tight. Some man that decides to go start plant ganja Canada because they can't wait for the Jamaican thing.
Well, everything in this country, if it's pushed forward, them take so long to push through Parliament. Look on tax reform and all of these things. Who would make it easier to pay taxes and all of these things. Them can't push that through all now.
Yeah, I am told that when Radcliffe Lewis, in him time on the road, him collect 1.2, not him personally, but him allow the government to collect $1.2 billion. This is film strategy on the road. Allow the government to collect $1.2 billion. Where the money they gone?
Especially the taxman and all, motorists and all of these things.
And the road still no fix.
I know.
Yeah.
When them decide to put out 50 road in my community and me still see what they left for me to understand what kind of road they
have. I tell you, the whole them, watch out, you have some hole with slump on the sidewalk and wait till they come and move right and bring the road, you know. To match up your car, you know. That you can't blame the government, you know. They never say, hey, what me name? Because sometimes I drive past some road and I not see nothing, you know. Let me drive, go back now to junction and somehow. And me I say, but how never see them hole there when me that pass? Is that a little rain just come? And you know the same hole I get dig out every time they fix it, you know. Every time I fix it, the same hole. So what the government can do something about the people them who them give the contractor them to fix the road that they have a guarantee say if this thing is gonna last for 3 rainy season, they have to come fix it free. I mean, how that work? How them think they work?
Well, we're supposed to begin another hypothetical reason for that now. I don't know if you know Sam Shakespeare in a Montego Bay, behind the civic center.
Oh, where you ask for, man? Me usually come up here in a virgin.
Alright, well, hypothetical reason. Here's just $24 million to fit them fence round. There's a park area behind the civic center. Yeah. In order to fence it around using iron, you know? Angle iron as we call it. At $24 million to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, understand that $24 million because me know it's after iron and me, because a sign work me do. So,
yeah, I mean, you won't talk to so much.
Yeah, me know understand where I money they go.
Well, if I give the 24 million, I'm going to get some president for all and right round the building. Why the people love to spend money, Bridget? They love to spend money.
In a parade now, them say they might pick up some of the stone and lose our area. Me, it's $10 million to do that. And then all of the stone and some.
Which part of the stone which stone are you talking about?
In a parade, man, we must have some cut stone and things.
You mean downtown?
Downtown in parade itself, around the fountain.
Yeah, right. How much million?
10 million.
You take up the stone then?
It's some. Yes, come again.
The one,
let the man they get paid what they do the work himself. So
personally,
the problem with this road thing now is if it's $200 million grant to do the road, I assume and hypothetically some of that money go where it's not supposed to go.
Oh, you mean hypothetically? That's a fact. That's the reality that the money gone somewhere where it's not supposed to there.
Exactly.
It's gone to Cayman Island.
You have a contractor to get $10 million to do the road. Me get $3 million. Me can't do $10 million worth of work with $3 million. So me have to do what me can do. And the people who do the work know where the money gone. They can't really come to the contractor that you give $10 million worth of work. You know, get the $10 million.
May I tell you, a terrible thing, man. Anyway, I say go give thanks.
Yeah,
well, I tell you, I can't get to play you talk through.
Smell of it when it rain, when it's sunny, when it snows. Me love when the wind blows. Me love to see me girls in the African clothes.
The time is 1 minute over 5 o'clock. I'm here Yes, Steppn Razor. We want to heal up Empress Azike from Hanover. And I treat you them. Sister said she have plant, no planting. We love hear that. And And our one of our daughter go pass one heap of things, and then time to pass we bring her up on the program. Yes, because we have to highlight those little things. You know, Empress Azike from Hanover, we want to play this song affair, you know. This is a virgin who used to do with a group named Wadada. One of the members them gone to Chicago, we see my Chicago record for himself. Now this virgin decides to have a record some tune for himself. This is the Brotherhood of Man, brand new.
Every day I pray.
Number one radio station in the whole wide world,
You know, we'll come back to that tune there. Yes, Steppn.
Hello, Muta.
Blessed.
This is Rocky Punky Yoko. Last night was good talking to you.
Yes. It was a nice interview there. Nice.
Yes, you gave me a good length of time.
Oh, yes.
But it was a little misunderstanding, and I couldn't explain what about Jamaican artists invited to Japanese event in Japan.
What was the mistake?
Like in the 90s, Japanese economy was booming very well.
Yes.
A lot of growth. So Reggae Japan Splash and other big reggae event was doing well.
Yes.
But and after 1992, the economy has gone down, and also 1995 there was a big earthquake in Kobe. Japanese is killing over 6,400 people. So the couple of years after business get slowed down to include the events. They couldn't get
they could not accommodate those big events again.
Like Tokyo was bankrupt after the business economy gone down.
Yeah.
So they have only one artist, one event, but still people invite Jamaican artists. I couldn't explain that one of the Jamaica festival in Tokyo, Yogi. It was Jamaican artists perform like Makalafi, who live in Japan, Jamaican singer. Yeah. And Emmanuel Walsh is a professional band player who live in Japan, Jamaican singer. Yeah. And Emmanuel Walsh is a professional band player and also singer. Yeah. And they have a black blood band in Japan, and also Yasa Safari came and performed at the Ghana Festival in Japan. Okay. And seriously, Strong, they have Michael Lord performed, and Yami Dolo, and 2 years ago Anthony Celeste performed.
Okay.
And still people POK and all those artists, they very regularly come to Japan. And Wayanda last year, Wayanda came, and 2 years ago Pintas came, and Super Cat Jack Pure, and also there's UK artists from Freddie Mercury also came, and also artists from UK. Maccabee. Maccabee come very often.
So what you're saying is that Jamaican artists still going to Japan, but they're not going as how it was because of the economy.
Yes.
Okay.
And they have Annie Langwings, guitar players.
Okay.
And Maxi Prito, those artists is players like a jazz and R&B club.
Yes.
Like a small crowd, but the dinner show and those kind of different level of events. Like they have dance hall events, and they have a small club circuit events. Also the jazz club and the dinner show event. And so they have also in 2011 another big earthquake in Fukushima, Miyagi, killing over 600 16,000 people died. So the economy gone
again
more hard. And this year they put tax 5% to 8% rate.
Yes.
And the next year they're going to put next year October they plan to raise the 10% tax.
Okay.
So they because of they have radiation going up and the earthquake affecting some things have to fix over that, so that the tax and getting economy still.
We understand what you're saying. We understand what you're saying, that the economy gone down, so there's economy going around. All right, give thanks. Yes.
Yes. And so there's a Japanese. There's a Japanese exchanging Jamaica and Japan culture exchanging system.
Yes. I know.
There's many Jamaican teachers go to Japan and teach school. English teacher and also Japanese people and helping some teaching some schools. Many things, school teaching and also hospital and helping and engineering and teaching all those things and extended and culture also. We try to invite you maybe another
all right, well, give thanks, we really call back and say what you say.
Respect.
Blessed, yes. Yeah, the sister called last night and she was talking, and now she called back to clarify some of what she was saying, because people from England was calling about what she was saying. Yes.
Every day I pray.
Can somebody tell me why the government has designated money to kill out the ganja plant when them talking about decriminalize it in the house, and they have now come to the conclusion that it should be decriminalized, yet still them designate money to kill it out? I don't understand that. Iron is in iron is. Steppn. Yes.
Razor.
Yes.
Muta.
Yes, ma'am.
Wagwan.
Good day, I know.
You know when I record pan this week?
No.
GPS.
Well, I'm telling you, them like outside.
GPS make people stress, right?
Of course.
Them say that the people that wear thief the light, we have to pay for the thief in light. Something can go up.
Jamaica we there, you know. Some can go anywhere they want it go.
Well, it shouldn't go to Muta.
Well, it shouldn't go so, but when I tell you, so we live in a Jamaica, anything where they want it go, so it go.
I said that because now
the government will back them, then the government will back them, man.
No, man. Because I pay $8,000 to light and $11,000 when I have on Muta. Yeah.
Well,
that's not right, man.
Well, you know, can't get life from the man who has to get up, man.
Right now, then they might take up some pool or something, so I have no life.
You don't have no life now?
The phone we are listening upon right now.
Why you not have no life?
Because they might work on the line, they might work on the road, they might work on the
pole. Well, they might change the pole then.
Yes, Muta.
Yeah, man, they know your man, them rock the pole.
Yes, but I like how they like the line. I will have to appear for thief in like Muta.
Yeah,
that's no fear.
Yeah, no, no fear, definitely no fear.
Right. I will now we're today, we now work a bingo as usual.
Yeah, you still play bingo. I come out the one night go play bingo. What the more you come down a 5 by your 9?
No, I couldn't have to go Muta. What's been around the day and I have to get to 2 like a penny.
Okay.
You know about the one that chop off your head? When a man, and then time him on a 14 miles.
No, I don't hear about it.
You know about that Muta?
No, I try to be like, what's your name? I try to be like the Prime Minister and don't make it.
From St. Thomas and Muta, when kill a man, kill a 14 mile bush, come from Landway.
Yeah, but a policeman will kill a woman and kill himself.
Yes, you hear that too.
Yeah. That's something, sorry to get the TV now because you're going to appear violent every year about.
Me not like what you know, I do, me get it. Sometimes these tears come on the eye, Muta. Me not like what you sometimes.
That's maybe the better you have the TV though because you're not telling about marriage chop off money there though.
No, that me I say me think that here.
No.
Yeah, Muta.
Yes.
Me near is dead, come here and say the papa here.
Are you nearly dead?
Yeah, me nearly dead.
What you that do? What you that do?
Me the man, I said, Lord, Muta.
Yeah. Alright, Mama, give to
Hey, Chris Muta. You think I never get to come, but you will see where you come, Muta. Would I like to see you come here, no?
Alright, Mama.
I said, Thomas, yes, before the East thing was.
You come first.
Alright, me thought I will come there.
Yeah, when you come and then me will come and everything will nice.
Yes.
Come first.
Yes, Muta.
Alright, Mama.
Alright, Muta, big up yourself. And I big up my taxi man and I'm a phone card to call every day. Joe. Yes, I him down the phone card all the way.
I come with you.
And I big up my dingo friend them we are with me.
Ask if him will come with you.
Yes, he can come with me, man.
Then you want me come over there so he will come?
No, you come. You want to come first.
You want me come first. We're not going to enjoy it then. We're not going to enjoy it nothing.
Yeah.
You can't. It's such a get me involved, Rasta. Believe you me. I'm away to get involved, you know. Yes.
Steppn.
Yeah.
I tell some of them about half an hour me wait to get through on the program.
Well, they advertise them enough. They have trust me, they advertise them enough and the holiday gone and they advertise them still enough.
Yeah, but me actually still motor. I call about the logistic up thing. Then them say them a build this logistics sub. As far as you can see, it soon start build. And we don't have no water, we have import water, and them a cut down tree every single day build house, which is good for the economy, them a build some house. But at the end of the day, how them a cut down the whole tree them now to run this logistics sub? With Jamaica not got no tree.
Well, I don't know, because them a trying to cut down bamboo for make coal now too.
Yeah, but what I see in the Observer this morning now on the front page.
When are the Observer? Tell me, don't read the Observer.
Mr. Roger Clark, I come in with a tough stand to come in with a thing now where they will get cow passport.
Oh yeah, I forgot airport. Yeah, the part there.
Me I say no. Me I say, most Jamaicans right now.
No, the passport.
The passport. I don't get a cow passport.
Well, that will show the people them a thing. That's supposed to help the pre-delates in the argument. I don't know.
But that can't help. You can't help that if you give the poor passport.
Listen to me at the brethren. These people know how to come up with things to aggravate with. You understand? It's like they come up with everything to aggravate with. Like they come up with a passport now. So I don't know if I go get a visa now. I don't know. Which airline the call I take? That's the question. Which airline the call?
A foreign airline. I'm sorry to call go, so you take a foreign airline.
Them people don't understand how the pre-delates and the thing going on. Well, maybe them understand. They must understand that I'm not that. I'm a farmer. You know,
but the passport them have shortage of water now. As long as them keep cutting down trees, Jamaica will always have shortage of water.
And them not putting no infrastructure to collect the water when water enough. Them not putting no infrastructure to collect the water. Right now, down at Treasure Beach, now no water. Calabash Bay, Billy's Bay, them now no water down there, so. That's not supposed to have, in this modern time, it's two things they're not supposed to, well, you're supposed to have water, light, and road. And it is very, very annoying in Jamaica to drive on the roads, to have electricity and it lack off, and to have no water. You understand?
It's rough.
And it's a land of food and water. You understand? It's a serious land this that pay wood there but no water. And we have to work out the food part because it's a problem. So we have to cut out the wood them now.
Yeah, for run the hub.
Yeah, and not only for run hub. But to the foolishness.
I understand why Jamaicans can't say everything what the foreign man come in with a them benefit. Them run the Chinese, them control the supermarket. And they have more Chinese are working there than black people.
Well, you know them have, when them call it the supermarket, you them say Cubans is not allowed to buy in the supermarket, even though they are Jamaica, because America have an embargo upon the Cuban, and any American business or company is not allowed to sell or trade with any Cuban, no matter which country them in.
Like a communist.
Well, so you cannot imagine how that go now, that you in a country named Jamaica, you invest in an American business, and some of the people in the country can't buy nothing in your business. Is a serious thing.
Well, Mota, next thing I'm asking, me not really have a problem with the government I take out the $1 out of the account because we can't stop it and it never stop. The only problem
is we can't stop it. When you say we can't stop it, what do you mean?
Because everything the government do the people, them just kick back and them just
it's not that we can't stop it, it's that we don't have the guts to do the things to stop it. It's not that we can't stop it.
At the disease corona almost, I mean, I don't know if you hear about it called diarrheadness. You know about a new disease that?
Well, we know what is diarrheadness, but
yes, the people in Jamaica section and them, the whole Jamaica does a good on so because they must say, this man has said this man has said that. Nobody have a problem with the $1 because tax have to pay this and that. But most of all the time don't even know what that is.
But that is over that. Is that over that, you know? That is what the conditioning is all about, you know. Them convince you what them do is the only thing them could do. Because them do that already with the GCT, you know, remember the GCT?
I listen to your program.
Them do that with the GCT and say that's the only way them could go. And in 5 years, them raise, in 10 years, them raise the GC 6%.
And
the thing still not help.
Miss Miller drop it back, but them only drop it off and side. And
yeah, but all the money they will come off at GCT over the years when them said that will benefit the people then. What benefit the people them get after this tax, this new tax, where them keep raising? And also now, who's to tell that them not going to raise this $1 to $10 next year?
Well, basically that has to happen because a $1 start and I take price start from $1, it will increase.
Yeah, because I see them supposed to brainwash you. It's brainwash them, brainwash you feel and say it's just $1. If you keep look for it and say it's just $1, when it reach $10, I say, well, last it was just $1 till you know, so it is a joke. And that's what we do, you know. When they put it at $10, you say, well, really and truly now. Last year they just say $1. So, you know, we never expect that to help the economy. Which is that never tell you that help the economy. So if it never help if the $1 will help the economy, you know, and next year you owe you about $10, then they can't go and run with the $1. But you know, you hear now say, why the $1 is too little bit, you know, so we have to move the threshold to $10 to $5. And it's a joke thing. It's a joke thing. And we are not prophet of doom, but you have, if a man don't learn from him past and then we repeat it, it's so them do the GCT. It's the exact argument. Them did give about the GCT where them tell you say, look here, there's no other way to do this thing here but to put something on thing and call it GCT, General Consumption Tax. And now most Jamaican people have suffered from consumption because the tax hold them. And them keep raising it until it reach at 16.5. We don't know how much it is now because now from 2012 it was 16. We don't know how much it is now in 2014. But that is a convincing argument that they cannot do nothing else. This is what going to help the economy to be better.
But there is no record. There is no record, Mota. We don't see where money they spend back. Which facility they get funding to say, yes, them collected some money here and this is what they're gonna do over here. We're not seeing none of that.
You don't see a pair of them, Bridget. Where you talk about, man? You don't see a pair of them. You don't see the government vehicle.
You know, the new life company, if they solve a problem in our 2030,
yeah.
To drop a bill between somewhere to 20%, 30% we have a sales, my life bill.
Yeah, by that time, the money is 200 for one.
If it take 15 years, we bring a new light company, which will save me about 20 to 30%. You know, that don't make no sense. Me still have to go wait. So when your dollar reach
200 for one,
me still not save nothing.
Right now, $110 for $1 US. So by that time, it gone over 200. You see them people are easy. Alright, you see them matter about $1. Them now think say, alright, you see when you talk about $1 for do this thing, the bank will take $1 from you, you know. So you know them have to go to know. They have to go set up a system in the bank, separate and apart from where them have to know, to deal with this $1. Who is going to pay for the offices and the employment of these people? Who's going to have to collect $1 out of all of this? Who's going to do all of those things?
So it's another employment method for the private sector and the top.
But I'm not talking about that. Them have to find, hey, watch out. If me have a business and me sell yam for $100 a pound, you know, And the government said, we want 10 cents half a euro, or we want $1 half a euro, 100 pound a yam. You know, me will sell a yam for? You think me will make a yam say $100?
Yeah.
Because me no want to lose me $100, so me will sell this yam for $101. And give the government, I will say $110 and give the government for them portion, and still have me $100. It's a joke business.
It is a demand still. What them put for the people is a demand. It's like, yes, you know, as long as you have your money, I'm entitled to $1 from your every $1,000.
That's why I am asking the question, you know, is it legal for you to give the bank some money to hold for you and then take out money out of your account and give to somebody else? I really want to know if it's legal.
As far as I say anything like politicians and do or say them are.
Yes, that's right there. And we have to just go and name it. Well, they come that time. You know, you push a dog around for so long, one day that dog will turn and bite you. You understand? So let them go and test the Jamaican people, man. Go and let them go and test.
One more thing now, to one of your call. One more thing. I have nothing against him, my brother. But tell him so when he call, me all wait half an hour more time to get through to his program. Tell him so when he call, talk things with sense.
Yeah, but you know, I know it's hold up the call, you know. It's the advertisement, then hold up the call.
Yeah, but every time he call for some topic where make care of just tell the talk with sense.
Yeah, alright. He might listen to you.
Yeah, man, he must listen, man. Tell him talk things with sense, man.
Alright, sir. We have to move on now.
Big up.
Yeah. Steppn Razor. I don't know if you listen to that other rum ad there a while ago where they talk about the government do something and raise some tax on it. So them know I raise the product. That is exactly what I talk about. That if I sell something and I find that the government raise something, you know, if I pay the government, I have to put on something on it and that go run off. Is the consumer going to feel it, not the man who owns the business. And the government realize that, you know, they must understand it. That when they do something to the big guy out there, you know, it's not the big guy feel it, because the big guy, all the big guy have to do is go back in our main things and say, look here, we have to pay $10 more for this year now. We're going to carry that over to the consumer. So already man I say, boy, him now raise no taxes for the poor people, the man is on that. A joke business is a joke business them are dealing with. Believe you me, a joke business. We can't talk like, yes.
Muta.
Yes, step in.
Hello, Muta.
Yes.
Yeah, I talk about the ganja thing.
Yes.
You see, it's a long time Rastafari tell government this and them thing there, and not just Rastafari, all a professor up at university. I tell the government that this ganja thing and how they run about it, right? Stick with me now. And I tell them this. And now, as soon as government not paying no man, as soon as one white man from Canada come down and talk about him want invest in this government, jump up and and this and that and take in parliament, and as soon as the white man them gone back a Canada, wherever them come from, the government stop with it.
No, them don't actually stop with it, you know. It's drag them food. But what happens is that them have money in the budget for destroy ganja.
That don't make no sense.
And that me I want that to say, of course it don't make no sense.
Why? It go to the police.
Watch out, the government pass watch out, the whole of them in the house agree say this thing have been decriminalized, you know. It's just like them have stamp a paper now and then not stamp the paper. But it already passed through say it must be decriminalized and there must be a certain portion be used for recreational purpose and medicinal purpose. Them don't say that already and agree on that. It's just now that them sit down and stamp the paper and say that is in law now, you know. So them still lock up people's feet and them still now have money designated to go after the ganja people them.
Alright. And put something I say to all people them who use them already, you know. Them to stop throwing them seeds, you know, because sooner or later them are going to need the seeds. Or if you plant the thing and you don't have no seeds.
Well, we don't tell them that already. So they must save the seed then. We don't tell them that already. Now, if you can't carry the seed, go ahead and see and get loan upon it.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't tell them that. Anyway, we have to move away with the time done, you know. Yeah?
Give thanks.
Yes. So, you know, we have to know, give thanks to the moment, give thanks to the time and the energy. We have a surprise news for you. Last week we have a surprise news for you. We have a surprise news for you this week again. You see next week, Cutting Edge, it will run from 10 to 3, not 10 to 2. We are going to on the radio from 10 to 3. So that is next week, Wednesday, we will be on the radio from 10 to 3 o'clock in the morning. And then we come back here with the Steppn Razor from 2 to 3 to 5:45. So now, we gone again, and we say give thanks to the moment and the energy. We could start to switch back the tune here. It don't make sense to take no more call because the man will talk too long and destroy the vibe.
Stand. Only righteous people stand in the judgment, as I would say. Clean hand. You know that. Pure in heart. Me say you hear that? That's what we want. Yeah, that's what we want. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, spreading bed in a sardine pan, oh yeah.
Yeah, the time is 20 minutes to the hour of 6 o'clock.